Huh?
Shit, I have to make a review. What's up, everybody? This is Ryan from Ryan's Reviews. I'm here to watch another movie. This is 100 Films in 100 Days. Today is going to be a bit of a short review for multiple reasons. One reason is that I don't have very much to say about this film because it's good, and I don't have very many critiques or much to say to describe how good it is. It's just good. And also the new Kingdom Hearts came out today, and I really want to play it. Today I talked about Alfonso Cuaron's new film, Roma, which has been nominated for all sorts of different Academy Awards, including Best Picture. I'm going to make this a little bit longer, this review, because the review itself is going to be like 2 minutes. So I'm going to give a little bit of my insight on how I feel about this year's Academy Awards and who I think should win Best Picture. So I'm just going to go through every single one of these 10 films that's been nominated. Actually, I think it's 8 films. But I'm going to go through each one and say how I feel about it, if I've seen it, or if I know much about it from my friends who've seen it, and how I think whether or not they should be the winner of the Best Picture award. So first is Black Panther. I firmly believe that no Marvel superhero movie should ever win Best Picture. Those are blockbuster movies. Those don't deserve Best Picture. These are like, yeah, it's good, but like, it's not high art. It's a big budget superhero movie. It doesn't belong with these other movies. BlacKkKlansman, which I think 110% should win Best Picture. That is such a good movie. It's funny, it's exciting, it's encapsulating, it's interesting. You're sitting there watching it, and it's just amazing. It's one of the best films I've watched in a couple years, and definitely I put it as my number 2 for the year, but Sorry to Bother You wasn't nominated for anything because I think it's too much of an independent film, really, for the Academy. Next is Bohemian Rhapsody. Bohemian Rhapsody is shit. I'm just kidding. It's pretty good. Actually, no, it's not very good. It's okay. I'd say it's okay at best. I think that people were just riding the nostalgia and think that it's like so amazing when it's really not that good. The acting, other than Rami Malek, who should deserve Best Actor, everything else is just awful. Like, the cinematography is good, the music's good, of course, but it's like, it's old rock and roll, it's Queen. Like, what are you gonna expect? Of course it's gonna be good. But the acting from all the other actors was absolutely abysmal. The Favorite. I haven't seen The Favorite, so I can't comment. I don't know anyone who's seen The Favorite. I think some of my friends have, and they said it's pretty good, but they don't really have too much to say about it. Green Book. I've heard Green Book is okay. I don't really know much about it. None of my friends have seen it. I'm gonna skip Roma because that's the one I'm talking about today. A Star is Born. Everyone I've met said A Star is Born is really good and deserves up there. It should be nominated for Best Picture, and I think it has a good chance of winning. If BlacKkKlansman doesn't win it and A Star is Born does, I wouldn't be unhappy with that. Vice. Now, if you ask my friend John from the Netherlands, he'd say that Vice is absolute garbage and one of the worst movies of the year. I can't comment on that because I haven't seen it yet, but I tend to agree with him on a lot of things, so I'm going to assume that he's probably right about that. So now let's talk about Roma, the movie I watched today. How do I feel about Roma's chances of winning the Academy Award? I think it probably will. I think it has a really good chance of winning because the technical aspects are all out of the park, unbelievable. But I feel like the film just, I wrote in my written review, it doesn't really have that spark I'm looking for to make it truly an amazing film. It's just missing something, you know? I think it should deserve Best Director, Best Cinematography, all that sort of stuff. But Best Picture, I just don't know. I don't think it deserves it. The film's about a Mexican woman who becomes pregnant in the 1970s. She's a maid. She develops a relationship with this family. It's just about her life and the unfortunate things that happen to her. And there's not really much to say about it. Yeah, it's good, but like, the story was okay. Everything else was good. The acting was quite good. And my friend John from the Netherlands, he mentioned how he thinks that this film is really just a way for Alfonso Cuarón to be able to flex his directing ability, which he's definitely right about that. This is really beautiful to look at, but it's slow. It felt like an arduous task getting through this film, honestly. There's really not much for me to say about it. It's good, yeah. You should definitely watch it. Everyone should watch it, especially because it's been nominated. And I think it's good to see this sort of, it's not quite a slice of life, I guess. It's just a person's life. It's what, I guess, 5, 6, 9 months. Because she gets pregnant You see her get, well, you see them, you know, when she has sex with the guy, she gets pregnant, and then when she gives birth, I'm not going to reveal it because you should go see it, but yeah, it's okay, I guess. The main character isn't very well fleshed out. She acts well, but like the writing for her is not very good. Except, well, I shouldn't say that because writing usually describes specifically dialogue. And because it was all in Spanish, and I just got the translated version, you know, the subtitles, I don't quite know if the writing was all that good, you know? And when I say that, you know, I usually say when I watch a film that's in another language, I say, oh, you know, I can't comment on the acting. But I feel like I really can here because it's less, because the characters don't talk very much. There's a lot of facial expressions and a lot of movement to express emotions, to show really what's going on, you know? And I think they did a really good job, everyone did. The only character I thought very strange was that Fermin, who was the guy who impregnated her, who just acted really strange sometimes. A lot of his lines and a lot of the way he acted was very bizarre. It just felt so weird. I felt like there were some elements of this film that were kind of rushed, such as the whole thing with the students and the riot. I'm really running out of things to say, guys, so I think I'm gonna have to just wrap it up here. This is short, but I think my next review is gonna be a little bit longer. So overall, I'm gonna give this a 4 out of 5 because technically it's a brilliant film, but it's just missing that something to hold it all together to make it a masterpiece. And I don't think it deserves Best Picture. I think it deserves some of the other awards it was nominated for, but I think BlacKkKlansman should get Best Picture this year. So what am I going to talk about next? And notice how I usually say, what am I going to talk about tomorrow? But tomorrow, I'm not doing a review because it's Wednesday, and my Wednesdays are really busy. And I have a lot of homework that's due Thursday, so I'm going to have to get a lot of that done tomorrow in between classes. This movie was actually required for me to watch for my business management class, so I think I'll also send this review to my professor after watching it. Sorry, not this review, but that review. I've already seen the Broadway show of it, so I'm wondering how the film differs from the actual show. Thank you very much, everyone, for watching. This is Ryan from Ryan's Reviews. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Check the description for my full Letterboxd review of this film. It's not very much longer than this. Also, make sure to check out my Letterboxd account, my friend Isaac Taylor's Letterboxd, and his YouTube channel. He makes some awesome reviews. My friend John's Letterboxd, he makes some great reviews as well. And also Avant-Garde Criminal's Facebook page. He makes all my thumbnails for me. So thank you very much, guys, and I'll see you Thursday.